we basically provide a hands-off white glove experience where we deliver the result on a silver platter. So for the right person, it's a perfect fit, but these are the people that are looking for a cash offer, but their expectations or the reality of the situation is there's no cash investors in their area.
Yeah.
And they're just bouncing around from wholesaler to wholesaler and not making any progress.
So, so things start spinning in my head. So now I find it in the novations, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like, sometimes there's people, they might not want that cash offer, but they still don't want to go through the sales process. They're willing to work with and do a novation to avoid that. Is that right?
They don't want to use the bandwidth. They don't want to hire a realtor. Mm-hmm. They don't want to clean it up. They don't want to have all those conversations that need to happen to get the house sold. They don't want to spend money. So very often it'll be people it's the best fit for these deals is someone that has a personal situation that's taking them away from the money being the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
For example, a health issue. There's a time constraint. Maybe they had a bad experience with the realtor and they're willing to just sacrifice some equity not to have to deal with it. Divorce situations. So all the normal wholesale problems, but it's just the house isn't distressed most of the time. Sometimes they will.
Yeah.
They will be. And especially in the small towns, it also opens it up to like the whole market.
So now, so I'm thinking, so I got to think about someone going through this process, right? Okay, one, I know when I first got started in real estate investing, or in my first few years, I never wanted to deal with agents. I always felt they had a license. So I was like, I don't want to talk to them. What if I sound stupid, right? So whatever it is. So you're dealing with an agent because you have to hire an agent.
Yes.
So yeah, I probably want to walk through that. You got different paperwork than a 2-page wholesale contract. So there's a lot more little hurdles there. So can you kind of like walk us through a successful scenario, a mock scenario of like, hey, I found the seller, went through this situation, I had to fix up the property or clean it up. Right? I'm assuming there's some responsibilities there too, putting money into the property in some way. I might get a little nervous about that. Right. So maybe we'll just walk us through a scenario of a deal so we can see all the little levers.
Yeah, sure. So first off, we don't mention novation until we've closed the door on the cash offer. Because they're coming in looking for a cash offer, so we have to take them through those steps. We break it down into 3 phases. So phase 1 we call the discovery phase. So the discovery phase is very low friction. We're basically just looking to uncover as much information about the property condition, their situation, kind of the moving parts involved, and discovering their problems so that we can later on give them a perfect tailored solution that addresses all the hot points where now their problems are solved and money becomes a less important issue.
Got it.
So the discovery phase is normally a call in of itself, maybe 15, 20, up to 30 minutes, depending on the situation. Okay, the second phase we call the anchor phase. So they're looking for the solution that unfortunately a lot of times isn't realistic. They want the Zillow price. The house is in maybe a 6 out of 10 condition. Mm-hmm. They want it quick, cash. Like they're looking for this offer that is just unfortunately there's not anyone that's going to be able to offer that to them.
Got it.
So we use real world data. We also build up our process of how we use comparable properties, and we have to factor in risk and profit and everything. And we take them logically through what a real cash offer would look like. So we don't argue what their house is worth. We explain where an investor would need to be and why. So we logically break it down. So kind of like the book Never Split the Difference.
Yeah.
It always talks about your counterpart needing to be the problem solver. You're presenting the issues, and then it's their job to kind of solve the issues, right? So we present them with all that. We give some low ranges. And then once we have them within the range that, we know we can get the deal done, we set it up for the delivery phase. So the delivery phase, we basically show them what our cash offer would be. And my cash offer is not a wholesale offer. If they say yes to my cash offer, I'll buy their house cash. But it's low enough where it's a no-brainer, and it's like an easy deal for me to do, right?